Oh, wow.
Why are you wearing a unicorn hat?
Because I like my unicorn hat. I like it. You don't like it?
Oh,
I wanted to be a pony today.
why?
I like it.
You like unicorns and ponies?
Yes, I like unicorns and I like dragons.
Me
When
too,
I
I
was
like dragons.
when I was a little girl, I used to draw unicorns and dragons on my papers.
What paper?
uh, my teacher, when we were doing work in class, when we did our classwork, my teacher will say, if you're finished, you may read a book or you can turn your paper over and draw on the back. And so when I was finished with my work, I would turn my paper over and I draw on the back. And then when I was done drawing, then I would read my book because I loved to draw and read. I love it. I even now I still love to draw and read. Do you like to draw?
Yeah.
You said you like to draw dragons?
Yeah, I draw one on the in my room and I hanged it up.
Oh, you have drawings on your wall?
No, I found from the paper and stick it on the wall.
Yeah. Do you have anything on your any of your artwork that you stuck on the wall now?
Yeah, there's two. I mean 3.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, did you type this? I saw you put a message on here about Golden's goldfish.
Yes.
Is that true?
No, that's not.
Oh my goodness. You tricked me. I thought it was real. I was like, oh, he has a goldfish? Well, that's a sight to see, right? But you tricked me.
No, because I want to include many goldens in this sentence.
Oh, you were just making a sentence with the word golden. Is that your okay? Is that
Yeah.
your favorite color?
No, to play with golden.
Oh, you wanted to have Golden see it when he came to class?
Yeah.
Let me clean my camera. Ugh, ugh. There we go. I think that's better. Oh, I see. You were trying to put his name in there as many times as you can. And then he'd say, what? No, I don't. So, Clover, how was your day?
It has 5 goldens inside.
Oh, the sentence? Let me count.
Golden has golden fish.
One,
That has golden
two, three,
in the
four. There are 5 goldens. You got it. Very good. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Even though Golden is not here yet, that's okay. We'll just go ahead and get started. Well, we are talking about new country, new ways. So we're going to practice more on fact and opinion. So did you enjoy your time off last week? Did you relax at home?
Yes. No, I was doing homework.
Did you finish all your homework?
No.
Oh, you still have more? Did you finish most of it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. At least you finished most of it. That's always good. Are you almost finished?
Kind of.
Yeah, and then when you finish all your homework, what will you do?
Play.
Say, I get to play every day, play every day, play every day. All right, so tell me, Clover, what is the best way to help you learn? Which of these? Read these for me, please.
Listening as teachers speak, asking questions, taking part in activities.
How do you learn best?
Using all three.
Okay, so yeah, some people like to use all three. Very good. So yeah, I'd say all three too. So if you had to do, if you numbered them 1, 2, and 3, which one will be the top one, and the second one, and which one will be the third one?
It is like the first to the last. It's already patterned. 1, listening as teachers speak. 2, asking questions. 3, taking part in activities.
Okay. All right. I see. So for me, I would say 1, 2, 3. I would say that's how it is for me. Very good.
But you are already a teacher.
Yeah, but teachers still learn too. I learn new things all the time. So when I do something, sometimes when somebody explains it, I'm just like, that sounds difficult. I don't know. And then I'll ask questions, but then when I do it, when I do the activity, I'm like, yeah, I got it, because I'm doing it. So just like learning a new language, I'm trying to learn a new language too. So listening, sometimes I'm just like, oh no, I forgot. But when I do it and I do the little speaking exercises, then that helps me better. What do you think? Do you think teachers and grown-ups still learn?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we can teach ourselves. We can learn from children too. Sometimes you guys tell me something I didn't know. I just learned today was what a genes gen genes. How do you say this word? A little girl told me she lost her genes.
Janzi? What is that?
Did I spell it right? It's this little thing like this, a ring, and it has many feathers. Many feathers.
Let me search.
There's no English word for it, but it's a ring, and it has many feathers on it. And I just learned what that was today. I didn't know what a GNC was.
Oh, that. Let's see. Let me tell you the English. Shuttlecock.
What is it?
Shuttlecock.
A settlecock?
Let me write it.
Okay, give me your pen. A shuttlecock. I still don't know what that means, but yes, I just learned that today. Have you seen one of those before?
Like you kick it.
That's what you do. Okay. Because they told me you hit it, and you just play with it. And one of the children showed it to me, and it had like this little bottom part, and then there were many feathers coming out, many colorful feathers. Do you have one?
Yeah, I lost it too.
Okay. Well, see, I just learned a new word today. When she told me, I didn't understand what she said. And then she showed it to me, and then I understood. And then she wrote it, and I understood. But when she said it, I didn't understand. So sometimes just listening to someone speak is not enough for me. Grown ups can still learn things too. All right. Well, thank you, Clover. So, what do you remember about the article?
Indian teachers come to America to teach. There are not enough math and science teachers.
Yeah, you're right. Even now in America, there just are not enough teachers. There aren't enough teachers. Very good. So, let's look at our vocabulary. Educator, licensed, and technology. Go ahead and match those. Good. So, can you read those definitions, please?
Educator now. Someone trained in training. Listen. Adjective. Allowed to offer or perform a certain job. Technology now. New tools that often work by using computers.
Good. So, this word is licensed. So that's,
License.
yes, that C makes the S sound because there's CE. So it makes the soft C. Licensed. Very good. You got it. Okay, fact versus opinion. Which one is this first one? Read that for us, please.
Okay. A fact is something that actually happened and can be proven true or false. Look for numbers and statistics, names, places, times, and dates. Scientific data.
Good. You got it. Scientific data. And this is statistics. Statistics. Yeah, so if they were to say 85% of children brush their teeth before bedtime. These are the statistics. Or if they said 5 out of 8 people like strawberry yogurt. Those are all statistics. Okay. All right. So, what is an opinion?
An opinion is someone's personal belief and it isn't always true for everyone. Look for descriptive words, best or worst, always or never. Feeling-based words like believe, think, feel, and sing.
You got it. Very good. Very, very good. So let's read. Go ahead, Clover.
Satya Mahan was not used to seeing students dancing in the hallways, nor was he used to seeing students drumming on hallway doors outside of his classroom. Now, hallway doors outside of his classroom. Now, Mahan said he is used to these things. Mahan is one of several educators from India. They have come to teach in the United States. Mahan and the other Indian teachers reported that they were adjusting well to the many differences between schools in India and schools in the US.
Mm, very well. And this is educators.
Educators.
Mm-hmm. And so this it shows where they were. It shows where they
But
were.
why? But why didn't they like draw the whole world map?
Because they just wanted to show where the teachers were teaching.
Then they don't. Why don't they show where they come from?
Well, let's see if they show it later on in the lesson. But for now, we see that the teachers are teaching in Connecticut. And I'll show you where Connecticut is on my map here. So, here is my map. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to make it so you can see it good. There we go. Here's my map of the United States of America. And remember, I live here. I live here in the United States.
And my brother live in New York.
New York, and New York is near Connecticut. So here's the west of the United States, and this is considered the Midwest. That's the middle. And then over here, where it stretches out, this is the east of the United States. And you said your brother is in New York. New York is here.
Yeah.
And Connecticut is here. So Connecticut is right next to New York. And that's where the teachers are. They're here in Connecticut in this article. So right here on the East Coast, right off the Atlantic Ocean. And so India is over this way. You know, India is close to China. It's closer to China. So Connecticut is here. And yep, there's my country, the United States of America.
And that's where I was born.
You were born in the United States?
Yeah.
What state were you born in?
Boston.
Oh, Boston, Massachusetts. Oh. Does any of your family have a Boston accent?
No.
Because some people from Boston have a different accent than what their English accent is different than mine. I think my English accent is a little, just the regular type, the standard North American accent. But people that live in Boston normally have a different accent. Do you know how they sound?
How?
It's hard for me to do it. Yeah, it's hard for me to do it. Like instead of park, a lot of them say park.
Park?
Yeah, like let's go to the park. So they'd be like, let's go to the park. So maybe that's more New York. But a lot of people on the East Coast area, their accent is a little different than my accent. It's almost like a combination of United States English and British English. Kind of mixed up. Park, park. Car, qua. Just a little different. I didn't know you were from the United States, Clover. All right.
Because my dad was working there.
Oh, so your dad was working there and then you were born. Yes.
Plus that that time when I was born, China only allows one child born in China.
You have now, a brother or a sister?
A brother.
Ah, so you're the oldest.
No, I'm the youngest.
Oh, I see. I see. So you have an older brother, then they were only allowed to have one baby.
Yeah.
So they had you in the
My,
United States.
and my brother was born in China.
I see. Very
And,
interesting. How old is your
and
brother?
now China 21.
Ah! He's like the same, almost the same age as my daughter. Nice. And you were saying now China?
Now China allows 2, but not 3.
Two, right. Yeah, 'cause I think a lot of people think 3 babies are too expensive. 3 children are too expensive. I have 4.
4?
Mm-hmm. I have 4 children. In the United States, it's very common for people to have big families. Some people only want 1 or 2, but there are a lot of people that have many, many children. They have 6
I've
or 8, many children.
I've seen a guy in China that born 11 babies.
Ah! He had 11 babies. Oh. What do the people say? Do they say that's a good thing or do they say it's a bad thing?
They say it's a hard thing.
A hard thing. Yeah, I'm sure it's very difficult to have 11 children. Does he have a lot of money?
I don't know.
Well, if he has a lot of money, maybe he's rich. If he has a lot of money, then it's probably no problem for him. No problem. All right, so how do you think Mohan felt about the student's behavior? Remember, it said what he was not used to, but now he's used to it.
Students dancing in the hallways and drumming on the hallway doors.
Yeah. And how do you think he felt?
He felt like angry and weird.
Maybe like, what are you doing? That's so weird. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer. All right, so let's read this one.
Mohan came to teach in the U.S. as part of a program started by Connecticut's leaders. The state started the program because it needed more math and science teachers. In 2007, Bridgeport Public Schools hired Mohan and 13 other educators from India. All 14 are skilled in English. All are licensed to teach. They will teach in Bridgeport for 3 years.
Wonderful. You got it. Okay, so this one, I know you know this word, but let's work on the pronunciation of that. Schools.
Schools.
Good. And this is educators.
Educators.
Yes, educators. Good. And licensed.
Licensed.
Right. So if you have a license, then you are licensed. So to teach, you go to college and you get your degree, right? So I have a degree. And then you have to take a test wherever you live. So where I live in Oklahoma. So I have to take a test for Oklahoma. And then Oklahoma, the government in Oklahoma gives me a license saying, yes, you passed the test. Now you are able to teach in Oklahoma. So they all had to take a test in Connecticut to say, yes, you are able to teach in Connecticut. And so they were licensed. They got their license. So why did the state hire teachers from India?
Because it doesn't have enough math and science teacher.
Yeah, good, very good. All right.
At first, they struggled to adjust their new teaching environment. They discovered it was very different from India. Among the most startling differences was the way educators teach. Mohan explained that in India, teachers first teach the lesson, then they give students time to ask questions. In the US, students do not learn only by listening and speaking. They also learn by doing. Lessons include more hands-on activities. The teacher from India likes this.
Good. And so let's practice that word again.
Educators.
There you go. Educators. So it actually has 4 syllables. Educators. 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 Very good. You got it. So why are schools in India and America so different?
Schools in India, the teachers first teach, and then there is time where students ask questions. But in America, they don't only learn by listening and speaking. They also have some work to do.
You got it. Very good. All right. Perfect. Now, how do students in your country learn? By doing or by listening? So think
By
about
doing ads.
doing and listening. So is that how every lesson is?
Yeah.
Okay. So explain to me what happens during a lesson. You tell me in your words, in your classroom, at school.
Okay. The teacher teaches, and if the students don't know and it's about the class, then they raise their hand to ask. They don't have a special time for children to ask questions, and if other questions not that important, they'll ask the teacher during break.
Okay. And then what happens? Then the teacher gives you, does the teacher give you time to work on your work in class, or does she just, or he or she send it home?
Many were sent home, and some were in the class.
Okay, many of it, much of it is sent home, but some is done in the class. Yeah. Okay, and then when does
I'm doing I sleep during 10 o'clock sometimes.
Oh, because you're up so late doing homework?
Yeah.
So when does the teacher give you time to do the activity in class?
Like if we finish talking about this place, then they will have a review for this place.
And what does review like? Do you get together in groups and you get to work together on your own, or does the teacher?
Sometimes they work on own, sometimes it's group work.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, thank you for that, Clover. So let's read this.
The teachers noticed another big difference. They found that they must scold students who don't follow the rules. This is not often a problem in India. The teachers from India had to learn to handle these students.
So what does it mean? Scold.
Maybe blame or
Stop talking. Go sit down. Don't get out of your seat.
oh.
How would you explain that?
Some people get out of their seats?
Oh, that doesn't happen in China?
Yeah.
No one gets out of their seat?
Maybe if they will go to the bathroom, they'll tell the teacher.
Ah! Well, in the United States, it's very common for a student to be out of their seat without permission. So the teacher has to scold them and say, "Go sit down, go to your seat. If you need something, raise your hand." That's very common.
And if the student thinks she or she caught a fever or got hurt, they will tell the teacher and they'll go to the clinic.
Yes, yes. So you're right. If they don't feel good, oh, I don't feel good. I think I need to go to the nurse. Or sometimes, if they're supposed to be working, then they'll, instead of raising their hand, they just walk up to the teacher. "Can I have a nurse pass? I don't feel good." Yes. So the classes in the United States and students in the United States might be a little different than the classes you're used to. So, like the things that Mohan had to get used to, that's common. That's common. You'll see students dancing in the hallway. Does that happen at your school?
No,
You don't, students don't dance in the hallway?
they don't.
What do they do in the hallway?
But instead they dance in the classroom.
Why are they dancing in the classroom? Well, that happens too. Why are they dancing in the classroom? What makes them dance in the classroom?
Because sometimes the teacher gets out the music.
Oh, well, that's fun. If the teacher takes the music out, then the teacher wants them to dance, right? That's a good way to move your body. Stretch. And see, I have my teacher shirt on. Teach, encourage, kindness, stretch. All right. You're awesome, Clover. All right. Let's read this one. Brindavani.
Brindavani Taylor is a science teacher from India. She is teaching at Bridgeport's Harding High School. She said that she has never had to work so hard to make students obey the rules. Ravi Patanker is teaching science at Basic. He said that most students are respectful. He finds, however, that their attention is often on personal problems.
I agree with everything that they're saying. Everything. Thank you for reading, Clover. So, what kind of technology might schools in America use?
I think this school is not as good as our school.
Why do you say that?
Because it has less technology.
What, this?
Yeah, we have this too. We have why do I have a line? We have iPads, but like we have let me try. We have a light here that just goes down at the screen.
Oh, I see. And then that makes it shines on the screen?
Yeah. And there is an air conditioner here.
Oh.
And there's a thing here.
Okay. I see. Some classrooms are like that, like you said. Some classrooms are like that in the United States. The newer classrooms, instead of having the light that comes down and shines on the screen, they have it looks like the teachers are using, they call these smart boards. I loved
Yeah,
my,
we
yes, so that there's
can they
not
draw
a,
on it.
yes, yes, they have little like pens with different colors that,
Oh,
digital pens, and it's touch screen like a cell phone or like a tablet or an iPad. It's touch screen where you can touch and move things around with your finger, or with the pen. You can use it to click with the
we
pen.
use we use the markers to draw on it, and it can be erased.
Like real markers or digital markers?
Real markers. Here's a smart board.
Oh, our smart board didn't have real markers. They were digital. Like, this, like a stylus
There's
pen.
the
It was a stylus pen, and you just touch the screen, and then
oh,
where,
the apple.
yeah, but it wasn't an Apple board, but it was like the Apple pen. Yeah, you just touch the screen, and then it will draw, and it could be different
Okay.
colors.
The the C means computer, and the SM means smart board, and there is the whiteboard.
Yes,
There's
yes.
a
So it's very similar, very similar, very similar. Since you have the, uh-oh,
what happened?
I don't know.
And the
I think you were
lights.
drawing
What?
close to the top. If you draw really close to the top, it makes it move.
And there's some groups over here.
Yeah, those are your tables with the groups. Okay. Yeah, so it's very similar. Your class is similar to the classes in the United States of America. All right, let's go to our
And
next part.
they don't even use the air conditioner. They just they put it here, and the children like to put a piece of paper there, and it will be floating.
Yes, it sounds like that the children in China do the same thing as the children in the United States. The same thing. All right, so let's read this part.
Vivek Gonasig teaches math at Harding High. He said that some U.S. students surprise him. They don't know why they are in school, he said. Gonaski tries to help them. I'm here to give you something that will take you through life, he tells the students. The teachers from India found other differences easier to get used to. For example, the teachers said that U.S. classrooms make better use of technology than do classrooms in India. The Indian teachers hope to introduce this way of teaching to other educators back home.
Yeah, good. You got it. So we already discussed this one. So thus far, nearly all of the teachers have grown accustomed to teaching in the U.S. Most have agreed to return next year. Only one teacher has left the program. Okay, what does it say about the remaining teachers?
The remaining teachers said that they hope their experience will help them. They hope it will help them get better paying jobs when they return to India. In the meantime, Mohan plans to return to Bridgeport next year. His goal? He no longer wants to be known as the Indian teacher. He said that he hopes to become known simply as Mr. Satya.
Yes, that's so nice. I love that. So why might teaching in America allow the teachers to get a better job in India?
Because America has better learning than India, better ways.
Better ways? Okay. So you think they're going to use those ways and take them back to India?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very good input. So now
Why is
let's.
it golden?
I don't know. I didn't. Let me see if I got a message. No, I didn't get a message. I don't know. I don't know why he's not in class. I thought he was, because he's late many times. So
Always
I
late.
thought he was going to come late like he normally does, but we're almost done with class. So if he comes now, he missed the whole discussion on the article. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have 9 more minutes. So let's go ahead and just talk about the essay. And if you see him and he has questions, maybe you can help him since you guys are friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Very
she
good.
couldn't see golden as a golden fish that has golden furniture, and the fish tag is golden and made the water look golden.
So you're gonna have to either come up with a new sentence next time. Maybe you can make it longer, or give him
No.
the same sentence.
Yeah, I got a screenshot and I can copy it.
Okay, okay. But very good. You got the correct answer. All right, so the graphic organizer that we're going to use is going to show the problem, the solution to the problem, and justification. What do they mean by justification? What is that?
Explain how the solution worked or did not work.
Yeah, how it worked or did not work, or how it will work. This is why it will work. Yes, very good. So from our news article that we read, what is the problem? What? Or what was the problem?
What? I'm not finished.
Good. In the USA, the Indian teachers can't get used to the teaching environment in the USA, so they couldn't. Okay.
Let's see.
All right. In the U.S., capital U, capital S. In the U.S. So the solution, that's one problem. What would be a solution that we found from the article to that problem? We also know another problem was there was a shortage of teachers. There's a shortage of math and science teachers. So the solution.
Wait, let's see.
You had it right. Solution. Problem one, solution one.
Let's see. This is problem 2. I have to make a problem 2.
Okay, so you want the main problem to be the shortage of teachers?
Yeah.
Okay. Teachers so long. They get used to it. So how would you justify how the solution worked? How did teaching for so long work for them getting used to it? For so long.
How to spell it?
Without the C.
Oh, okay.
Just a location. This maybe won't work to that teacher that
Left.
I see what you're trying to say. This may not have worked for that teacher that left because they would forget? Is that what you're trying to say? We wouldn't have time to type everything because we're going to run out of time on this one slide. Forget it in the future. They would forget it in the future. So teaching for so long will help them learn how to deal with all the different types of students. Yeah, and the one that left, they might forget. Yeah, very good. I like that. And so think about problem one. We won't be able to type it out because we're going to run out of time and you don't even know what your essay question is yet. Okay. So let's go to the essay. Imagine, go ahead and read that.
Imagine that you a teacher?
Imagine that you are. It should say, imagine that you are a teacher. Imagine you a teacher. Imagine that you are a teacher. I'm glad you knew that was wrong. Yeah, we'll add that in there.
Came to America from India. Write a letter to a teacher in India. Explain how U.S. schools and students are the same. Explain how they are different. Use ideas from the news story in your answer. You can use ideas of your own too.
Yes. Yes. So you have to pretend that you are what?
A teacher from India to America.
That came to America. Yes. And who are you going to write your letter to?
I don't know, a person in India.
You have to pretend. You have to use your imagination. So pretend that your friend is a teacher and your friend is in India and you are from India, but you're in America and you're writing a letter. Dear friend, this experience has been very interesting. And you're just going to write a letter. Explain how the schools and the students are the same. And
how they are different.
Yes. So this will be fun because now you get to write. Does it have to be formal or can it be informal?
Informal or formal.
Yeah, but since you're writing, yeah, it could be both. Since you're writing a letter to a teacher in India and you're explaining the schools, it could be informal. You're going to use ideas from the news story and use ideas of your own too. Some people are very formal with their friends. Some people are informal. So you could pretend you're writing to a friend or a friend teacher in India or just another teacher in India. So do you have any ideas?
Maybe I'll write to you.
Okay, you could write to me and pretend I'm in India. So that will work. So you could do, Dear LaShundra, and then tell me about those schools. Tell me about how the schools are different, how the students are different, how are they the same? Maybe even tell me what you had to get used to and what you're happy for. And use your own ideas and what?
Imagination.
Yeah, that's using your own ideas. That's your imagination and
Ideas from the news stories.
yes. Yes, very good. You got it. I think you got this. It's going to be very interesting. So, we know who we're writing to and we know why. So, who are you writing to?
You.
Okay. Me, a teacher. You're writing to a teacher in India. And why are you writing?
What do you mean by why?
What's the reason? What's the reason you're writing? Why are you going to write? You're going to
That's what I am writing.
yeah, so that's why you're writing to me to explain the students. So that's what it's about. Yes, you're right. That's what you are writing about. So we have to have a reason for the writing. The reason is not just because teacher LaShundra said to write the essay, but it's because we are wanting to explain the schools and the students. That's why. So who? I'm writing to another teacher in India. Why? To explain to her, since I'm a her, explain to her about the schools and the students in America and India. That's why. So
It
that's
should
the.
be because you're a unicorn today.
Oh yes, yes. Very, very observant. I am a unicorn. All right, so try to step into that person's shoes. So when you're pretending to be somebody else, you have to really imagine that you are experiencing everything that that person is that your foot in their shoes?
No, that's the guy.
So okay, literally they're stepping into somebody else's shoes. Oh no, you disappeared. You disappeared. Ah. Are you coming back? Maybe you're not coming back. All right, Clover. Well, you know the assignment, and I look forward to seeing that essay. All right. Bye. Have a good night. Actually, Golden wasn't even there. What am I doing? I'm gonna refreshen up my coffee. It's cold. And it's 5:24 in the morning, so coffee will come in handy right now. So normally that class would have 2 students, but as you heard, she kept asking about her other classmate, which she also knows outside of the WeTalk classroom. So she was asking about her other classmate as well because he was absent today, and I don't know why. Sometimes on through WeChat, if a student's going to be absent, then the home office would send me a message telling me that they were running late or they're going to be absent because of, whatever reason. But I didn't get a message today, so either he forgot about class or they just got wrapped up in something and lines of communication was crossed. So, thanks for watching. TTFN!